I'm a pescatarian, so I've never eaten chicken, but eat Wingstop with me.
Like I'm still alive. Oh, this is insane. Alright, here we go. Bite number 1. Hershey's chocolate bar.
Mukbang is a style of content that has been dominating YouTube since the 2010s. Personally, I don't get it. I don't understand how you could sit there and watch someone stuff their fat face with food, and usually, one, they gain a bunch of weight, or two, they don't gain a bunch of weight because usually they're spitting the food out afterwards, which is massive food wastage, by the way. If you like mukbangs, that's totally fine. You know, more power to you if you enjoy that kind of content. Personally, I can't really sit through it, but it is everywhere. You have people that, you know, do mukbangs, just doing like daily gossip on their life. A lot of crime channels as well that tend to talk about, like, you know, real people that were killed. They tend to also talk about real people that died while just eating food.
But where we stand now, it feels weirdly
Could not have picked a worse thumbnail. I mean that in the nicest possible way. The Cleveland Strangler. The Cleveland Strangler. And just eating a chicken wing. I mean, I guess I can understand the reason why mukbangs are so popular. I mean, everyone's indoors now, you know, especially after, you know, the 2020 virus. Half the planet is basically indoors now. You know, that's why streamers are so popular, YouTubers. It's a whole culture of watching other people do things. I mean, Let's Plays. Years and years ago, most people like wouldn't actually buy a game. They just watched someone else play it because they were broke. I mean, that's exactly what I did as a kid. I guess as well, there is an aspect of like, if you see someone like, you know, eating food, you're almost like having an experience with them, because most people, I mean, let's be fair, if you're not scrolling on your phone, if you're watching YouTube videos on your PC, on your desktop, you're probably eating something. I'm sure you all know the very popular meme of he ate food without YouTube. Now, TikTok, like, oh, I'm so rent-free about TikTok. I mean, how can I not be? It pays the bills. There's channels like Matt Stoney, LA Beast. But the primary use around mukbang, from what I see, especially in the Western world, is providing company to people that feel quite lonely, usually in the form of like a story time or a chat. 9 times out of 10, the story time is just completely made up, you know, source my ass. There's also mukbang ASMR as well, but I swear that there is mukbang of everything. Did you know there's a mukbang of someone pretending to be the Joker from Batman, by the way?
Hershey's chocolate bar. Not my favorite by no means. Is it your favorite?
Mukbanging has definitely taken a dark turn recently. It came out actually a couple days ago. There was a 24-year-old woman in China that died. Like, she was basically like a professional mukbanger, and she ate so much food that her stomach exploded.
A 24-year-old extreme eater died during a live stream of a 10-hour food binge after her stomach reportedly ripped open.
But today's subject, today's SCP I want to talk about, is probably one of the most popular mukbangers in the entire internet at the minute, for all the wrong reasons, and that is jelly bean sweets. Now, this is a tale as old as time. I've talked about Joshua Block, you know, World of T-shirts. You know, you have these people that come onto the platform, they make very wholesome content, and then they do like a bizarre 180, and then everyone seems to hate them. So jelly bean sweets started off on TikTok by basically just making baking videos, and then after that as well, she did a huge change up in content and started doing Just Dance videos. I mean, I get it, okay? We all had humble beginnings. I did like Minecraft videos that I was so embarrassed of, they pretty much all got deleted. Then I started doing MLG videos. Then I started doing weird, bizarre Let's Plays with mates.
Drive normally. No witnesses.
And then I ended up doing overly long game reviews. I get it. That there is nothing wrong with changing content multiple times. It's basically like in how quick the internet is right now to like chew people up and spit them out. It's like one of the few ways to actually stay relevant. And when she was playing Just Dance, she'd actually do compilations of her, you know, doing it, and then use that as clips to promote future live streams, which is a lot of people do. And TikTok live streams, I'll be honest, Jelly Bean is probably in the top 10 of like best TikTok live streamers when she was doing Just Dance content, because TikTok lives are a cesspit. It's usually people that are basically just baiting for gifts. I'm sure you've all seen that guy on TikTok that's like, if you watch my live, I'll do a face reveal. Again, who cares? You look like generic e-boy 345. Like, I can already see what you look like by trying to cover your face. You know what, boys? I have a plan. I'm going to do a face reveal. Most people already know what I look like, but let's wait until we get some new fans, and I'll stop showing my face and delete all my old videos that show my face, because we all know how well that face reveal went when I first did it all the way back in, like, 2017.
So I've done a face reveal. Not sure why. This'll only end bad for me.
Now, these TikToks did pretty well. I mean, they ranged from like 20,000 views to 200,000 views. In a YouTube comparison, that's about 2 to 3 views. But what she'd also do is occasionally dip back into food content. Like I said, you know, she started by doing baking. That's wholesome. I had Cooking Mama on the Nintendo DS when I was like 10. But she'd move on to different content by doing these runs to Subway, you know, buying stuff and doing a Q&A while eating her order. That was season 1 of Jelly Bean. Everything was fine. There was peace. But now we move on to season 2, which began of June 2023. Now, when she started doing these videos where she was eating food while just, you know, yapping about whatever, this is when she went viral. 5 million views, which for a YouTube comparison is about 5,000 views. But still, that's really good. That is a huge jump. The joke I'm trying to make, by the way, is like TikTok views are just absolutely insane in comparison. They are so inflated. Yes, I know, Pyro making the inflation joke. Laugh now, laugh now. Now, one thing that was interesting about Jelly Bean is she was pescatarian, which is kind of like being a vegan, but you don't make it your entire personality, just half your personality. Oh no, I couldn't eat that meat. No, that's bad. But fish, I could eat as many fish as I desire. You see, they have no pain receptors. They cannot feel pain. They are a lesser species. And also, the macros are much better than these poisoned land mammals with their GMO. Excuse me while I eat my tin of mercury. So that is when her content took a huge shift. She moved away from doing Just Dance content, I guess fitness content in a sense, and doubling down on the mukbang stuff. And I mean, who wouldn't? If you saw your views skyrocket, you would want to trend chase whatever is making you popular to maintain that popularity. Now, she mentioned in one of her Q&As that she's actually going to college primarily for a business major.
As most of you guys know, I am back at college.
So what a lot of people summarized is she switched over to this kind of content mostly for monetary gain, for money. Now, I hope you're sat down because I have a story to tell you, and it's called the TikTok payment system, and how single-handedly it is one of the worst payout systems in the entire world. Basically, TikTok wants you to spam videos as much as possible. YouTube, for example, pays out based on how long the video is. That's why, for example, if I uploaded a video that was an hour long that got 10,000 views, it would probably make more money than a video that was 8 minutes that had 50,000 views. The length of a video is everything. The TikTok creator program is an absolute meme. Google take around 40% of all the revenue you make on YouTube. It's a 40-60 split. TikTok, I think it's somewhere like 50. It might get better, but their CPM, because the videos are so short, is an absolute meme. By the way, this is why, and you've probably noticed scrolling on TikTok, every single video you go on now is like exactly a minute long. People will speak slower to get to the actual mark. The punchline will be in the first 10 seconds of like a stream clip or a funny moments thing, and the rest of the video will just be nothing happening, like absolute filler, like it's an A24 film or something. That's because you need to make videos a minute long to get paid. I think TikTok pays around like 2 to 4 cents for every 1,000 views. It's just actual monopoly money. But that being said, if you manage to spam upload like daily, sometimes multiple times a day, you can make a sustainable living off it. I mean, again, to bring up World of T-shirts, because he's been publicly transparent about how much money he makes, and he clears about 60 grand a year. For someone that doesn't get that many views but spam uploads, it can actually be a livable income.
It's pretty decent money.
Yeah, like you're making a living wage.
Between all my incomes combined, I would say at most 60K a year.
Okay.
By the way, I literally just ran to the toilet and I opened up TikTok because I got brain rot. This is a fish oil tablet, by the way. I've actually seen a TikTok from a guy that perfectly explains like how brain rotted the app is. To get to that 1 minute mark, they basically drag out videos that could have easily been 20 seconds long, usually by rephrasing the same thing that they've said slightly differently.
Would you take the apple or would you take the cigarette?
We've seen this setup before. The cigarettes are bad and the apple is good. And if he picks the apple, he gets money. But how would you feel if I told you they were just using fake money to trick you and improve their engagement? The video's got a typical setup where the guy picks the apple and they take forever to interview him to improve their runtime and engagement.
Since you didn't choose the cigarette, I want to bless you. That's gonna, help.
So that money is completely fake. They are deceiving the audience at the very least, and this is a cancer.
Also, I do want to point out, even though this guy is basically showing how scummy TikTok is, the video of him calling out scumbags is 1 minute, 1 second long. there's no winning. I'd like to dub this now. Like anyone that makes a TikTok that is exactly a minute, we're going to dub them 1 minute Andys. I'm going to start doing 1 minute Andy videos on TikTok as well because I've just got the creator fund. So wish me luck. Honestly, it is a dream of mine to see any video that is purposely milked out to being a minute long. The top comment will be 1 minute Andy because the guy that made the video probably has no idea what that means. 1 minute Andy. Okay, that's kind of funny. Now, one thing that people really hate about Jelly Bean Sweets is the way that she eats food. Like, she's not really eating it in like a normal, casual manner. She is like wolfing this food down as quick as possible. I mean, to be fair, it is fast food. It basically is slop anyway, like any channel that does daily uploads. And this has led to people making viral videos with millions and millions of views, calling her out, basically saying that she's on a path to becoming the next Nikocado Avocado. Now, the captions on her TikToks, she almost treats it like it's not really a casual mukbang while talking. It's more like an eating competition. I mean, she's got Biro Tacos mukbang, all under 2 minutes. Chick-fil-A breakfast mukbang, all under 4 minutes. Full Taco Bell mukbang, all under 5 minutes. You know, almost like there's someone that has a gun pointed to her head like, you eat that food, you better eat it now. And also, it's a huge shift because she used to, when doing the mukbangs initially, she would, you know, treat it as a normal mukbang. She'd do a story time, talk about her life. But now she's not even saying anything in her videos anymore. She's basically just eating. I love that you weren't rushing, Queen. You look so happy here. The chatting mukbangs are so much better, in my opinion. Sob emoji, pray hands emoji. I like how that one's juiced as well because they did the funny the two emojis. The small bites are so much better. These chatting videos are so much better. I think we can all agree that we love when you do talking videos. Now, the elephant in the room, probably the worst pun I could ever say comparing to this. She's put on a lot of weight, right? Like, she's gotten fat. And the thing is, which really annoys me, is a lot of people that are covering this on TikTok, they don't want to say that. They say it in this really neutered way of, yeah, Jelly Bean Sweets is in a lot of drama because she looked like this and now she looks like this. And people are really like, just say she got fat. Say she put on a ton of weight. I don't understand why people on TikTok that like cover news have to speak in such a neutered way, like they just had their balls cut off.
Now, the effects of them eating these massive amounts of foods are starting to show. This is a screenshot of one of Jelly Bean Sweets from February of 2023, and this is a screenshot from one of their most recent videos. Now, because of this drastic change, a lot of people have gotten very concerned and said that Jelly Bean Sweets is basically becoming the next Nikocado.
You've even had people that are basically doing like, you know, calorie countdowns, trying to, you know how World of T-shirts, he's got people that track their drinks. They're now trying to track what this girl is eating and how many calories she's taking in.
Jelly Bean Sweets is doing a King's mukbang. She starts off with a 3 chicken finger combo at 1,020 calories. One small serving of sauce is 190 calories. Since this is a soft drink size cup, we can assume it is well over 500 calories. The King's chicken sandwich contains 780 calories and an extra side of fries for 390 calories. Her total calorie intake in this one video
comes out to 2,690 calories.
And obviously you need to look at this at the aspect as well as like, this is a girl who's in college and she's probably getting a lot of stress online right now of being like, oh, by the way, you remind me of that fat guy that was in like a motor scooter going around Walmart having a mental breakdown. Yeah, you remind me of that guy, the funny red shirt man that Meat Canyon did an animation of. I mean, even Nikocado Avocado, he's obviously playing a character, right? Like he's feeding into the bit a lot, lol, feeding. But, you know, he actually lost a little bit of weight. I think it was like 80 pounds, nothing insane for his, you know, massive girth. But still, even he kind of hit a wall of like, okay, I'm actually starting to get debilitating health problems here. Maybe I should turn this around.
I'm so tired of being the laughing stock. I'm supposed to be healthy, but people don't like me healthy. Oh, well, you're boring. Oh, well, ew.
He's even gone on the record to basically explain that he feels trapped in the content pool that he's made.
I'm being honest with people. I feel very trapped.
Now, one interesting game theory I'm seeing going around is that this is fetish content, that she's basically into gaining weight, or, you know, she might be a feedie or something, basically someone that wants to be fed food to put on a lot of weight.
I think watching a woman eat is erotic.
Philip's turned on by feeding me because when I eat, I gain weight.
Now, I feel like I'm someone that could talk about this. I've got quite a lot of commissions under my belt. So, you know what? I'm gonna be open and honest. I feel like the way that your brain is wired, like sexual stuff takes over a lot of your life, a lot of your aspects, you know, to the point that you would genuinely put yourself in life-threatening conditions if that fulfilled some kind of, you know, sexual kink. So this could be something like that. I know that a lot of people have asked her about it before, and she's purposely never acknowledged this. She's never outright denied it. That doesn't mean she's confirming it, but you'd think if it was the elephant in the room, you'd want to shoot it down as quick as possible. And I'm not the only person that's had this game theory. There have been many comments and even entire TikToks made talking about how this could be an actual angle.
So I've fallen into Jellybean Sweets TikTok, and I actually used to create feeder content, so I want to talk about it. I know it when I see it, and I think a lot of people want to like label it as definitely that. And I just want to say, first of all, anything can be feeder content. Like, I know the community, anything can be feeder content. Like, the community can literally get off to anything. It doesn't always have to be food related.
And I think that TikTok kind of paints a very good picture. Is it fetish content? Is it made to be fetish content? No, I don't think so personally. Are there some people getting off to it? Probably. Some people in their basement. You know, I mean, if people can get off to feet, they can get off to anything. Don't ask me what happened on August 27th.
Oh, fuck.
But also keep in mind, Jellybean is more popular now than she's ever been in her entire life. And unfortunately, a lot of people on TikTok do fall into this cycle of basically abusing their body to get views, therefore to get money. I mean, Joshua Block, for example, he became a fully fledged alcoholic. I mean, it's probably because he's genuinely addicted now as well, as opposed to, you know, wanting to do it for money. But that is an aspect. If Jellybean cleaned up her act and went back to doing wholesome content, she'd probably get, you know, a few stan edits, a few slideshows of, oh, she sorted her life out, so good for her. And then that's it. No one would care, and they'd move on to the next degenerate to make fun of. There are people that eat insane amounts of food. I mean, there's one channel that I know in the UK. He's called like A Beard Meets Food. British guy, huge beard, and he just pigs out on food. But like him and other like, you know, professional eaters, they basically eat like nothing for the rest of the week to balance out that huge calorie intake where they have like 10,000 calories in one sitting. And then basically for the rest of the week, they just have small meals or basically live off protein shakes. I get it. She's not a professional eater. She's a mukbanger. And I personally feel that Jellybean is not going to stop anytime soon because she's getting, you know, worldwide appeal. I mean, I get it. I'm feeding, again, a bad pun, into the problem because I'm making a video talking about it. But it's now reached the point where you have people like Trisha Paytas, that entire like female side of the internet, they know of Jellybean's existence and they're talking about her, and you can tell in her videos she's loving the attention that she's getting.
Oh, Trisha Paytas talked about me in her podcast yesterday. You know how crazy that is? But when I started TikTok, I never thought, I kind of hoped I would be like, I would get kind of big, you know. But now that it's happening, it's like surreal.
I really do have to go off on a tangent here. I saw one of the videos that she's made. This was uploaded, let's have a look. This is 1 day ago. This is yesterday. But like, this is a 4.5 minute video. She doesn't say a single word, and it's just her eating. I don't understand how anyone can watch this kind of content. Pepe picture saying Nikocado Avocado. Yeah, she doesn't speak. She's just like, you know, and it comes across as like very gluttonous. I mean, like her getting the sauce on her hand and stuff, like it's disgusting. Oh, it's just, she eats that and then she has another burrito and these like, what are these, just balls of sugar? I actually forgot how unhealthy American food is, man. It's like an actual meme. Like those crumble cookies that everyone is like, you know, raging over, and they're just like 800 grams of sugar per cookie. Like, I get it, you know, if you're doing a mukbang and you're talking in front of a camera doing a live story, I can see the relatability there. It's something to have, like, you know, while you're probably eating yourself, or, you know, just background noise. But there, she's just eating. And also the fact that she's saying it's under 5 minutes, I did say I don't think it's fetish content, but stuff like that kind of makes me think, I don't know, because there's not really much of a social aspect there. I cannot imagine a single person tuning into those videos and like enjoying the content of watching someone just eat like disgusting amounts of food. And also the fact that this has like, you know, each one of these videos, if we have a look here, they have like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 million views. That one has 5 million views. This is her talking, by the way. Yeah, so she's vocal in that video, 1 million views. This one, she's just eating, not even talking, 5 million views. This one obviously has more views, but that's because like Trisha Paytas mentioned, and Trisha Paytas is just like insanely popular. But it is a really weird situation, but I do think it's going to be like a perpetual cycle of it's going to just get bigger and bigger. I got us these puns, man. These puns are so bad. I don't even mean to do it, I promise. But the situation is going to spiral because she's going to get more fame, more clout. I mean, she just had a Trisha Paytas shout out a day ago. Jesus, like, she's got to keep going now, even if that puts her body under stress. I personally have the belief this world sucks. Do whatever you want on this earth to make yourself happy. If she gets really fat and she gets like a bunch of health problems, then that's on her, right? Like, you know, it's not really like, I don't really feel like I need to get involved and say, yeah, you probably shouldn't do that. Obviously I don't agree with it. I think it's wrong, but I'm not really going to sit there on the TikTok comments, like, you know, just talking shit about her. If she wants to get the bag and then, you know, die early, that's on her. And I know that some people are comfortable being fat or being skinny, but yeah, it is really weird looking into it because I do think there is definitely like a bit of a kink aspect. I've got a podcast that I do, to be honest. I do it with Dolan Dark, Colossus Crazy Nerd City. And I've talked a couple of times on there about like, because I feel like, obviously, you know, the entire internet, the entire world knows what I'm into now. Like, I'm a degenerate. Openly said that, and I feel like by being a degenerate you can kind of look into the minds of other degenerates, and I definitely do feel that there are some people that are watching this content and kind of like, you know, enjoying it in a sexual manner, but at the same time that's almost like how you'll see clips of streamers that, you know, just do whatever, and then there'll be one where their feet is on show for a split second, and that single clip will have like 10 million more views than all the other clips because you have people that are, you know, incognito searching for this kind of content, and maybe she's become like a bit of a hotbed for that right now. But I mean, one thing's for certain, you know, she has gotten very, very fat very quickly, and it's concerning. And I know the comment section for this video is going to be full of, oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? I mean, I commission stuff. I commission art, and that's pretty much where it ends, honestly. I think another thing I do want to talk about as well very briefly is there are loads of other mukbangers that are just absolute whales, like the size that I would literally commission, and these people get no hate. And Jelly Bean Sweets is being absolutely, you know, just attacked on all fronts right now. You know, there are loads of mukbangers out there that are like enormous compared to her, but they don't seem to get any hate whatsoever. I do think it is the kind of like following that you cultivate. And I also do want to use TikTok as a comparison. So when I post a video on TikTok, right? So if I post a video and it gets, let's say, 10,000 views, all the comments will be positive. But then if I post a TikTok that gets like, it goes viral randomly and it gets 1 million or 2 million views, that's when all like, you'll get a couple rentoid comments of people just, you know, being snide and stuff. And for me, that's an affirmation that, okay, this is good. This TikTok did well. I don't see a negative comment and go, oh, that sucks, man. That hurts my feelings. When I see negativity on TikTok, that's good because that means that my content has reached outside my inner circle and it's reached the normies, which is exactly what I want. That's why, like, most of my videos that have gone incredibly viral, they have a fair few more dislikes than, you know, videos that have done less because they've reached outside that circle of, you know, what my subs is into, you know, that kind of normie aspect. And she probably from a business aspect because she went to business school or whatever, I don't think she's worried about her health at the minute. I don't think she's worried about the negativity. She's probably just worried about the view count on each of these videos because most people on TikTok, they are very business minded. But unfortunately, you can reach that point where business overthrows your own well-being, mental well-being, physical well-being. Again, like I said, if she wants to put on a bunch of weight, you know, whatever, I don't care either way, but obviously it's gonna suck because if she keeps going at the rate that she is, she could develop, you know, serious health problems. It's not even the fact that she's putting on weight, it's the fact that she's doing it so incredibly quickly. I mean, she's young now, but if she doesn't, you know, try to make any kind of lifestyle change later on, then it only spells disaster. And also I do want to say, because this is such a difficult video to talk about because I know that there's a lot of people out there that are, you know, they're bigger and they want to lose the weight and they don't know how to, or there's people that are bigger and they're comfortable being bigger. So I feel like, you know, I'm almost kind of pocket watching this girl, you know, basically saying, well, I'm not saying you should do this, but you should do this or it's going to end really badly. I don't mean to come across that way at all. I genuinely, you know, I want the best for her. You know, she's basically probably on top of the world right now. She's got that Trisha Paytas shout out. She's got everything going for her. But I just think also the one thing I'm hoping is she's getting at least some kind of exercise in the background as well, because, you know, you can eat like a pig, but if you work off the calories through like cardio or muscle training, you know, marathon runners that will eat like, they'll clear like 5,000 calories a day, 10,000 calories a day after a run and still be in a deficit from how much they've ran. It does bring up that question again that is as old as time, and it's like, how much are you willing to go to become famous? Because YouTube, like, you know, 7-8 years ago when I was doing the commentary videos, it was it wasn't niche, but it was easier to get popular then. But especially with the whole, you know, spawn of short form content and stuff, it's almost this conveyor belt where like creators are kind of like put on and then they're kicked off. And I feel like we probably get like we probably get around like 50,000 new creators a day, and I think like 2 or 3 of them gain any kind of popularity. When back in like, you know, YouTube back in like 2016, it's just really weird. I definitely think we're going to see a huge trend going ahead, because I think people are going to do more and more daring things to get more popular. I mean, there was a clip the other day of like iShowSpeed like jumping over a Lambo. I had to watch it like 50 times just to make sure that, you know, it wasn't AI. But yeah, that's pretty much it. What's the moral of the story? Make TikToks over 1 minute long, or you make no money.